Right up to the party, right up to the party,
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Coin Launch Lounge. If it's your first time coming in, thanks for stopping by. If you've been here before, thanks for coming back. Today, guys, we've got EcchiCoin in for an AMA, and Dingus is there. I forgot how you wanted me to introduce you already. Dingus is the
creative
what'd
idiot.
you say, buddy?
Creative idiot is good.
What's your title?
Yeah, creative idiot.
Creative idiot. Okay. Proper title, creative idiot. Okay, creative Dingus is the creative idiot over at EcchiCoin, and in other words, he's pretty much one of the core team members. The lead dev is in here also. They're just playing around, but these guys are the reason that this project exists. So, Dingus, I'm going to pass it over to you, buddy. Could you do me a favor? Introduce yourself, and then introduce this project in just a few sentences.
Absolutely. First of all, thanks for having us, mate. Appreciate it. Appreciate being in your community today, and we're excited to be here and going over this project. We are a BSC token, anime themed, fantasy powered token. We have NFTs, NFT marketplace, play to earn game, DApp, and a lot more coming, including a crypto Kickstarter to make our very own anime TV series based on my IP, my original idea for a franchise, which is Iseki Island anime series. And so we've partnered up with a lot of big names in anime. And that's really the theme of the project, is to get the anime series made, and that will power the crypto. So that's what we're doing.
Sounds good. So just scrolling through, I actually saw something about Isekai Island. This is it here, correct?
That's correct. Yeah. So that's a teaser that we have for the anime. So if you hit play on that, you'll get a kind of a feel of our anime. That's our basically our first character I designed about 8 months ago. That's Lady Akia Manto. That's one of our villains. There she is. So that's we're basically using a, if I owned the rights to Lord of the Rings or Final Fantasy or Pokemon or whatever you want to, whichever franchise you want to use, then I'd be doing that, right? That's what I'd be doing. I don't. So when I see these especially BSC tokens using copyrighted materials in their on their project, I think immediately that's a scam. That's going to get taken down. That's not what you should be doing. So I don't own any of those copyrights. So I've decided to make a franchise from the ground up, and that's why this project's been in the works for 8 months. It takes a long time to do animation, create scripts, create characters, backstory, lore, artwork, 2D animation, 3D animation, all the stuff we've been doing. Obviously, not even counting the crypto stuff, Solidity teams, and so forth. Right. So I figured that having a franchise backing our project was the smart way for a long-term success. So that's why I did it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm no anime buff myself, nor am I an artist, but I've got to say, just this little teaser, this looks like a proper anime, dude.
Yes. No, that's what we're doing. That's a teaser, but we are making a real show. I'm not making some some YouTube junk or something. No, we're going to make a real show that's going to be on Crunchyroll, Netflix, Hulu, one of the major streamers. Right. That's the plan. We've teamed up with some of the biggest names in all of anime, and I get what you just said is very important. You might not be the anime fan yourself, but you can appreciate that a project that is an anime project, does the art look good? Does the music sound good? We have original music, right? I've got a composer on team. He's part of the core team, is Raj Ramaya. And he's scored Cowboy Bebop. He just did the Pokemon score a couple of weeks ago. So he's been in anime for 20 years. I've got the biggest names in anime for acting for the English translation, for the English version, right? So if again, you might not be the anime fan, but you should also, even as a non-fan like you potentially are, look at what we have and go, wow, that does look pretty good, right? That doesn't that looks like a serious, legit kind of project over there.
Well, there's one thing for sure. It looks original. I do think it looks good. It's not like my art. Like, this has never been like my art style or anything like that. I've never been like an anime fan, so to say. But yeah, like there's one thing that's definitely clear, and that everything's original. Like nothing looks carbon copy, which is obviously a very good thing. Like I feel like a lot of people in crypto don't take the whole copyright thing too serious.
No, they don't. They should.
That is not a knock you want on your door.
No, trust me. And so that was the feeling here was, if I create a complete anime, meaning a TV show, the when marketing dingus, right? The when are you going to market this thing? That takes care of itself if you have a TV show on that I can then tie into the crypto. And the crypto is basically funding the making of my show by the tokenomics, by the NFT marketplace, and by what we've got going on, right? So to me, it's an interesting play too, because I'm a film producer as well. So it's an interesting play where you're an independent film producer like I am, and how do you raise money, right? It's painful. It's fucking terrible trying to raise ducats for independent film projects. No one wants to back a small film. They all want a Marvel film or a Harry Potter or some big budget blockbuster thing where you're almost guarantee a return, right? They're less likely to back a small independent drama, comedy, even a horror film, and so on, right? So as someone that's done Kickstarters, and I'm not sure, mate, have you done a Kickstarter yourself? Have you contributed ever to a Kickstarter before? Like you said, oh, I like that project,
Yeah.
right? So what did you get in return for your ducats, right? You probably got a thank you, maybe a tweet, maybe a stupid hat or some shit, and that was pretty much it, right? You didn't really get anything in return. It's more of a donation, right? You said, oh, okay, here's my $50, my $20, whatever it is, $100 if you're feeling generous, and said, hey, hope you make that project. Hope that happens. I hope this outcome is good for you, blah blah blah, and you move along. The difference here is we're doing an investment instead of a donation. So if you give me $100, meaning you bought $100 worth of EcchiCoin, $2 of that goes into the anime wallet, right, as reflections. And so you've now donated $2 to the anime wallet, but you haven't lost your $100, right? Your $100 potentially still could be $100. It could maybe go down to $50. Yes, it could. It could go to, $10,000. It's crypto. You don't know where it's going to end up, right? So that's the difference.
No question there.
I mean, that's the difference here, is that your $2 has helped me make the show. Thank you. Appreciate that. Awesome. But I haven't taken your $100 away from you. You still have your ducats, and that could make you more ducats, right? That's the way crypto is. So I think it's an intriguing way that doing crypto as a Kickstarter, which we are, I can see a lot of independent film going down this road, mate. I really can.
Independent business, small business. I'm talking like the guy that wants to start a pressure washing company out of the back of his truck.
100%. 100%. Yeah, a struggling musician that wants to put an album out and can't get fucking signed, or you can go in a lot of directions here, and it's literally a fundraiser, yes, but you're still an investor. You're not a donator.
Have we ever had a token come in the lounge and admit that the project was a fundraiser? Has that ever happened? I don't think that's ever happened.
Probably not. Because I'm telling it as I'm telling it as it is. Like, to me, mate, how many projects have you seen in your lounge that said, "Hey, if we get to $100 million market cap, I'm gonna give away a Lambo or a Tesla or some bullshit," right? I'm sure I don't have to tell you, you've seen this crap, right? Well, how does that? Yeah, but how does that benefit everyone? How does that actually help everyone in the project? It helps one guy. Right? Helps one guy. One guy goes, yes, fuck, look what I won. And it's probably the friend of the dev, or it's the dev himself, right? Let's be real.
Right, the winner was 3 miles from the dev's house.
Right. It's like, is that the fucking Lambo they gave away? It's at the dev's house, and he's wearing the Rolex that he also gave away. Ah, fuck. Right. So in this in this scenario, I'm doing something for the benefit of every holder. Every holder should want this bloody show to get made, because that is the marketing juggernaut that's going to push the crypto to insane highs. Is that an anime show goes for years. They don't go for one season. They go for a bloody ever. They're like a soap opera. They just don't stop.
They just never
right?
end.
It never end, right? Be season 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on, right? So getting the anime made, getting an actual IP, intellectual property that's backing the crypto is different to every other project out there. It is.
Sorry, we had some feedback. I muted them. Yeah, it's very different, right? It's very different to see project take a traditional. Here, it's like a traditional production approach, because you guys are actually producing, some type of entertainment on the back end. But you also have a traditional business approach here, which is, hey, let's raise money, and then create a concept, and then develop our IP, and then release it to the public and generate revenue. It's a marvelous idea, right? To do it the proper way. Another one, you to do it the proper way of raise the money, come up with the IP, and then go to market and actually generate revenue. It's kind of a foreign concept to crypto, right? Like most of these crypto projects will never generate a dollar in their, other than outside of just dumping tokens. They'll never generate any money. So yeah, I think that's a really good approach.
Well, it's also, if you look at what I'm doing, it's pre-building audience, right? So when I take this finished product, because I've done many, independent things, and I can tell you, the more producers, the more idiots you get on board, the worse the product becomes. Just facts, right? The best things you ever see on TV, movies, and so on are usually a very singular vision. They're not 28 producers, 5 studios, that kind of shit. That ends up being a mismatch of junk. So when you have a singular vision, which is my vision, this is my show, I can get the show funded fully on this tokenomics that we have. We've already proved it works, even at our low market cap right now. We can fund the entire season of our show if we get to about a $20 million market cap. So about a 5x from here. So nothing insane. We can fund the entire season of the show. And that means here's all the scripts. I have a anime studio. I have actors. I have a composer. I have all that stuff ready to go. And we make the damn show. And then I can tell you, it's a powerful bargaining position showing up at Netflix or Hulu, any of these streamers, and saying, here it is, mate. Here's 10 episodes. It's done. I don't need a dime from you to make it. It's already done. You can watch it. Do you want to buy it? That's the strongest bargaining position you can ever have in the entertainment business, is I don't need your money. I've already made the bloody thing. You don't have to do shit. You just have to watch it, see if you like it, and write me a check.
It's also how you get the most money for something.
Yes, it is. Because
Yeah.
I'm providing you content immediately. I paid for it. I made it. You don't have to do anything but watch it and go yes or no.
And
And
you own it.
That's
And
correct. It's mine. It's mine.
ownership.
It's not. That's correct.
Ownership is everything in entertainment. If you don't own your own stuff, then you are a slave.
That's correct. And so it's fully mine. I don't have to give up anything. It's literally a yes or no. And so what we're going to do is our early supporters, we've got tier levels of NFT support. That's what we are. We're an NFT play with our EcchiCoin token, and we're a BUSD, a BUSD stablecoin pairing. That's our governance token for the project. We have a tier that's coming out shortly, which is we have a peasant tier, which means you're literally covered in shit and covered in flies because you don't own an NFT and you get no rewards. Shame on you. Shouldn't be a peasant. Number 2 is a squire, which means you have 1 NFT and then you're eligible for rewards. And then you're a knight, which means you have more NFTs and you're eligible for 2x rewards. And we have a wizard tier, which is even higher. You're now at 3x rewards. And then we have a phoenix level coming shortly. That will be 6x rewards. And those folks that manage to get into that tier will get profit participation in the anime series itself, right?
Like
so
royalties?
What's that?
Like royalties?
Yes, exactly.
That's literally what I was about to ask about, because I knew that was all leading up to that.
So that to me is key, because those folks in that tier, those folks made the bloody show. You know, yes, I'm making the show, but they paid for it, right? They helped make the damn thing happen. And we've got a lot of diamond handers in our group, a lot of folks buying the NFTs, a lot of folks will be in that Phoenix tier, and they will get profit participation in the damn series, which will be outside of crypto in a weird way. Like you said earlier, I think it's very important that folks understand most cryptos don't ever get to that monetized area of not just, like you said, dumping tokens or some shit, right? We're going to have merchandise, we're going to have music, we're going to have a soundtrack, right? There's going to be a lot of monetization here. You know, waifu pillows. I got some crazy fucking creepers in my group wanting sex dolls and shit. Anyway, there's going to be some, you know, there's going to be some merch here that will do very well. And then, you know, again, the marketing aspect of it kind of takes over from there. But it is a fully formed project with multiple outlets of marketing, but also multiple outlets of revenue for the holder, for the investor. There's just a lot that we've got going on.
Yeah, I mean,
Guys,
you definitely got people holding the floor because you don't stay. You guys raised a lot of money, and you don't stay 3.5x above pre-sale price with paper hands. Milky, you have something for us, buddy?
Yeah, I'm just wondering if you could explain a little bit more. I mean, moving on to the future, let's say it's a success and you've got all this merch and you've got these top holders. How exactly are you going to be rewarding them?
yeah, so it will literally come down to a monetization of the capital of selling the show, right? Because at the end of the day, you know, again, it'll come down to, what did we sell the show for? How many Phoenix tiers do we have? How many Phoenix tier level do we have at that time? You know, we'll do a snapshot, and those early Phoenix tier holders, those guys will be monetized on season 1. And then when season 2 comes out, then the snapshot will include everyone that's Phoenix tier at that point. Does that make sense? So basically, there's a monetization that happens. We're already doing staking rewards, for example. I don't have the staking platform yet finalized for an automated staking for NFTs, but we did a snapshot on November 25th, for example. We took a snapshot of everyone with NFTs at that time. And Christmas Eve, I'm doing a Santa Dingus. We'll be dropping a NFT staking reward for our NFT holders, and they'll have, based on their, if they're a Squire, Knight, or Wizard, they'll have different APRs for their
You?
NFT holders. What's that?
Just Santa Dingus, that's you, just the alter version of you?
Yes, that's me. Santa Dingus on Christmas Eve. That'll be a staking reward, so folks get an understanding of, once the platform is ready, what that means. What does staking mean in NFT? What do I get? Right. So we do weekly drops. We're doing one right now. One guy's getting $3,000. One guy's getting $2,000. One guy's getting 1,000 BUSD and NFTs today. Right. That's the drops that we're doing right now for our community.
We got one guy in the chat, Tom Cameron, who said, my experience of EcchiCoin. I bought 0.5 BNB EcchiCoin on day 1 and immersed myself into chat and VCs, learn more. Team release season 1 NFTs. I bought 2 gold NFT, and since buying them, I have received from Rewards Wallet 3 more NFTs with a $400 value and $320 EcchiCoin airdrop for holding. In approximately 15 days, I'll receive manual staking reward. My experience has rewarded me $720 and counting from half a bean. Well, those numbers don't suck.
No.
Black App has a question. He said, I saw EcchiCoin characters. They are amazing, but I want to know if these characters portray real people's faces or if they are created by the imagination of the creators.
No, these all the faces are created by my really awesome lead graphic designer and myself. There are 2 characters currently that are based on real human beings. One is in chat with me. She's my left hand. That's the undead honey badger. She is actually the inspiration for our Lady Fuyu character, which I'd say at this point is probably our most favorite, most popular character by far. And a big part of that popularity is her, because she's in VC. She's one of my, like I said, my right hand here, left hand, all hands on deck mod, and much more. She's a huge part of our team. And because everyone sees her and hears her so often, and they know that that character is literally based on her. So the tattoos that are on that character, the look of that character, the design of that character, the thought that was put into that character was inspired by her, literally. And with a dingus twist on it, yes, but that really was the inspiration, was her. And so that makes that character kind of cool and a little bit more exciting, I think, for our community. I've got a very good investor in a whale group. He's got a great name, Bashara. It's like a fucking awesome, name. And he's got a fabulous sounding name for his son as well. And I put them both into the show, right? That's what I can do. I mean, that's the kind of perks. It's not just monetary. His son is 15, is an anime junkie. And I said to him, does your son want to be a general in our show? I can make him a general in the TV show. Would he like that? Right.
Well,
And
another thing,
yeah, of
man,
course
is,
he would.
of course, the anime community is like, it's like freaky how glued together the anime community. I spent
Yes.
in Japan for a honeymoon, and never in my life have I seen anything like this. People so passionate about anything other than anime. It's probably one of the largest passion subjects
Yes.
on earth.
Yeah.
So
And and to
community
say, yeah, and
extremely
to say to someone as a perk matey, like, you love anime, right? You've got a girlfriend that's like just insanely loves anime. Do you want her in the show? Right? Do you want her to, I can design a character that looks like her. I can put her name in the show. You see what I mean? Like, that is a different kind of level where people lose their shit because, like you said, they are rabid for that stuff, rabid. And so, what dollar figure can you put on? Hey, I just put him and his son in the show, literally. Like, they're going to be in the show, So these are kind of things that we can do that other projects don't even. I mean, they can't even fathom what we're doing over here, right? So, to the point of the poster earlier, he rattled off the rewards that he's been given, and this is at a $4 million market cap, guys.
I
Right?
know.
I mean, so
Everyone,
the way we've set it up is for longevity, and making sure folks feel like it's not just a token; it's a fully realized ecosystem that we're doing.
Dingus, is anyone interested in the show?
As far as getting it aired, you mean like a streamer?
Well, yeah, like at this stage in the game, yeah. Has anyone approached you guys? Has there been any talks with any major
Yeah, so yeah,
big
so
boss?
I've got a studio right now that we're working with. We're just working out budget and timeline. I've got great contacts already at three major streamers: Netflix, Crunchyroll, and Hulu. So to me, it's a matter of who's going to give us the best deal, what makes the most sense, who's going to promote it the best. It's not just monetary; it's also promotion, because marketing it is really key. I want to get as many folks seeing this, obviously, as possible. But we're going to work on it. We just need to get to about $7 million market cap, and then I've got the pilot ready to go so that we can start shooting the pilot. And then once you have a pilot done, if you know about selling to streamers and stuff like that, once you have one episode that they can watch, that then they can go yes or no, right? We're interested, we're not interested, right? It's pretty straightforward. So then everything else kind of takes care of itself. I've even got an opportunity to do this somewhere that the government there will actually help fund it, so I don't even have to sell as
I'm sure
much
that's
bloody
in Asia.
EcchiCoin.
Is that in
What's that?
Asia? That
No,
gov-
actually, no. Actually, it's
Holy
no,
smoke, for
no,
real?
no. There's a government that will help fund the fucking show. I don't have to sell as many EcchiCoins, so people should be stoked about that too. As long as the quality's there, I need a Japanese director. I need Japanese original language. All that stuff is key. It's got to be. It has to be. I prefer to use one of the major Japanese studios if possible. That's my first choice. But also have to look out for the best interest of the investor and also timeline, because a lot of those big Japanese studios we've been dealing with, their timeline may not fit my timeline. So we have to be mindful of that too. Investors don't want to wait, that, and especially on Binance. Christ's sake,
Shiny
you
new
know.
object. They have the shiny new object
Yes,
syndrome.
yes. And so, we're also looking at cross chaining in the next couple of months. We're already underway with planning that, and getting seen by a lot more eyes. Obviously, the Binance space is fine, but I think we can do a lot more with this project being on cross chain. So that's something coming, down the road, a couple of months from now. But yeah, it's just a lot going on here. Next, really up on the plate for us is our play to earn game. That really is going to, I think, change the trajectory of this project dramatically. So that's next on the cards for us.
Yeah, I don't see a ton about that here in the wiki, in the Git book.
No, but you will very shortly. We're doing a full redesign of the website, and obviously we're on React right now. In fact, is EcchiDev? It's enough of Dingus talking. EcchiDev, are you here, matey?
Yeah, been loud and clear. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to just go over the design, like the back end React and the new website, and why we're doing that for the open marketplace for the NFTs and
Yeah, sure.
and the play to earn? Yep. Thanks.
Yeah, so currently the framework for the website is using React, and now React is pretty good for most websites, but especially for what we're going for and the theme of the project, given we're anime, there's a lot of animated elements. It's very creative style-wise. Our choice is to then go with Next.js, and this is what this will allow us to optimize much better for these different styled elements, to have elements moving, the animated wallpapers, the video aspects of it. It just provides a much cleaner and a more enjoyable experience for the user, essentially. So that's our choice to go for website 2.0.
I thought React was top of the line. I didn't know there was something.
Yeah, don't get wrong. React is good, but Next.js allows us to optimize much better for what we're trying to do, and that's our choice. If you notice, Axie Infinity also uses Next.js as their primary framework.
Is that because it works better with the in-browser gaming?
Yeah, So for our game, our game is a WebGL based game, and so it makes more sense for that as well. And given all the different rewards and statistics we want to show on the website, it makes much more sense for us.
Yeah, it's important it's important that folks have a good web experience. Right now, React is okay. It's just a little, it's a little clunky for all the stuff that we've got coming. We've got multiple play to earn games coming. We've got a land NFT play coming. Animation, obviously, more animation coming. 2D, 3D. We have 3D battle sets coming for the NFTs. 3D fighting game down the road. Anyway, there's just a lot of stuff that we're working on, and to me, it made sense to really make the website more user friendly, less lag, and less clunky. And trying to build on this React website has certainly not been a pleasant experience. So that's kind of why we're doing the major overhaul. And it's why we have a node. It's why we have a subgraph. We're doing all the calls or the API stuff through that. We're upgrading our DApp, which just came out on Google Play. We're waiting on iOS to drop our DApp as well, which is currently an EcchiTrack DApp. But the version 2 of that DApp will be using more sophisticated APIs, a lot more sophistication on the version 2, the upgrade of that DApp. So you'll end up being able to do a lot of your Etchi business on the DApp itself. Dev, do you want to talk a little bit about that V2 of the DApp and the current state of the DApp?
Yeah, certainly. So to kind of encapsulate what we're trying to do at V2 is to act as the bridge for all the technology we're working on. This goes for the games, the open marketplace, the NFTs, the viewing of NFTs, the anime show, finding out updates on the community, what's actually happening, what kind of rewards are being handed out. And that's what we're trying to do at V2. So V2 is going to allow us to, like I said, bridge these different technologies to view your NFTs, what these represent in game, how these characters look in game, how the interaction works, being able to transfer NFTs much easier. Because bear in mind that the NFTs for the game use ERC 1155, and these are typically used for gaming, for games basically. And so for MetaMask currently, they don't support this. So the idea for the DApp is to allow everyone, regardless iOS, Android users, to all interact with the NFTs, the community, in a much easier and streamlined manner, all in one place.
Yeah, just trying to create a good ecosystem for everyone that they can maintain where they're at, what's happening with Etchi, updates, new things coming out, all that good stuff. Yeah, so it's important for us, and it's important, I think, to showcase what we're capable of doing. It's not just pretty NFTs. Like you go to OpenSea or Rarible and go, oh, I like that NFT and I bought it. What does it do? I mean, I get that all the time in chat. Like, why am I buying an NFT? Like, what's the point? Well, you just heard one user that was in your chat say what he had done. He bought an NFT. He bought, half a bean of our coin, and how much he's already returned on his investment. Right? That's why. So, and that's not even playing the game yet, the play to earn. So, there's going to be a lot of goodies in the play to earn game for sure.
And what's the expected release date on the play to earn?
This month, the game's coming out. We'll have a trailer. We're working on the redesign on the game page. We'll have the trailer out next week. Beta testing for everyone at the end of next week. It should be on around the 18th to the 20th, I think, something like that. And then the game should be out at the end of the month for everyone. So that's what we've been working on for the last couple of months. I have to say, as someone that's never made a game before, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Way more work than I was. It's like, man. So
wait till you do all the work, and then people start manipulating your platform, cheating.
No, that's not going to happen. So we've got plenty of
elaborate.
We've got plenty of safety checks for that shit. I mean, we've been DDoSed. I think where are we at, Dev? About 170,000 times so far. Our website,
140,000.
Yeah, there you go. So that's how many times we've been attacked.
Or something? Who's after you?
It doesn't matter.
It's just the Binance space. There's not much you can do about it. There's always going to be people trying to take your website down, trying to clone your website. They're trying to do everything essentially to destroy your project. So obviously it's our job to make sure that we're as secure as possible. We educate the community and just keep everyone safe and ensure that the project runs smoothly.
Yeah, I mean, we've been hacked 3 times as far as someone's put our website up, right? A fake website, right? That's happened 3 times. Well, dumb fuck, I copyrighted the shit. So it's very easy for me to just destroy your website, right? You're infringing on my copyright. So luckily I wasn't a moron and did that. So that's the easiest way for me to pull websites. It's not easy to pull websites down. It isn't.
Unless you have proper things in place.
That's correct. Unless you've done your copyright filing, which I had done, which means I can yank your shit down because now my legal team is saying you're infringing on my copyright, right? Normally, shit coins don't do that, right? Why would they? Why would they copyright their dog on Elon's, genitals going into outer space? They wouldn't, right? But I did. I copyrighted all this shit.
Probably the most accurate depiction I've ever heard of Binance Smart Chain. You deserve a round of applause for that.
Why'd you go with copyright instead of trademark by any chance?
It's both. I mean, copyright infringement is something that you can easily use Google. There's actually a very easy way to contact any host, right? Any host of a website and say that you're infringing on my copyright, right? There's actually every single provider, whether it's GoDaddy or it doesn't matter. They actually have a support line for that. So sometimes it takes a day to pull down, sometimes 2 days. The more challenging thing, unfortunately, guys, is Telegram, right? I can't count how many fake Telegrams we've had. We've had 2 fake EcchiCoin tokens released, 2 fake ones, right? Those are challenging.
Get away with? How much did they get away with?
Dev, what'd they get away with? 30 grand, 20 grand?
Yeah, about. I mean, they started off with a super low liquidity, so not too much, but 20, 30K. Obviously, for different people, that's a lot of money, but
it is. It pisses us off. I mean, it's disgusting. I mean, we had to like petition all the Coin Mooner, Coin Sniper, Coin fucking everything to remove those janky scam coins that were our name with our logo. Like, fuck. A fucking nightmare before we launched, right? So I mean, that's the space we're in. That's why you're like, who's trying to attack your website? These assholes. That's who.
Yeah, those.
Okay, those folks. So
yeah.
The game is super important for security. That's been our main protocol. Dev, do you want to talk a little bit about the protocols we have through our provider for that shit?
Also, I mean, in terms of security for the game, there's many layers we have, from the architecture of the backend to the in-house anti-cheating mechanics. So this goes, for example, when claiming rewards, there'll be capture-based systems to prevent, for example, bots and anyone from just super claiming, or I guess trying to cheat the system to claim as many rewards as they can. I don't want to say too much in terms of the
Yes.
security because there are a few people that might be able to manipulate some things, but yeah, just bear in mind and know that we've taken security as the utmost importance for the game, with discussions with multiple tech leads as well as senior devs in how to ensure that we have the most secure system for the game.
Yeah, it's very important, guys, that the smart contract side of things is kept as far away from the game as we can. Yeah, that sounds strange, I guess, in that it is a play to earn, it is a crypto game, but it's important that we have those interactions kind of separated as far as game logic data and smart contracts, right? So we've gone through a lot of layers of security to ensure that first of all, the game can't be manipulated by a bot or by hacking or anything like that, but also the rewards, which is ducats, money, NFTs, BUSD, all the goodies that you're playing the game for, also cannot be manipulated as far as claims, right? So that's why games take a long time. It's really the back end, right? Making a castle defense game, which we've done, yes, that does take work and effort and energy and time, but the back end, the networking, the security, that's a lot of work. That's a lot more work than I was expecting, to be honest. It just is. So you have, you have to be secure there.
I think the really important thing also is your policy of how you handle cheaters. Like, from my experience of being a video game cheater, a zero tolerance policy always kept me away. Like, for example, Grand Theft Auto. At one point, I used to play GTA 5 like all the time, and I had unlimited everything. And then they took it all from me. One day, I woke up and Rockstar said, "You're kiboshed. We took everything from you." And all the cheats had been patched at that point. And I hung up the hat and never touched GTA 5 again. And
Right.
yeah, they handled me properly. They said, "No, man, you're a cheater. Fuck you. Get out of here." And they kicked me out. That was
and
that.
it's the same. Yeah, of course, it's zero tolerance on that. I mean, we have I'm a firm believer in people have the right to ask questions and get answers. I'm not a firm believer in people coming into your house and taking a giant shit on your fucking sofa and then spreading it all over the place, right? I'm not a firm believer in that.
The
right?
analogies are so good. They're so good. Nobody
So-
come in my house and take a shit on my sofa, please. My wife will kill you.
Yes,
wife-
exactly. So questions, yes. Laying a giant stinky fucking turd on my sofa, yeah, no, that's not happening. You're fucking out of here, right? So same thing with cheating, same shit. You're out. That's it. You're done. So it's the project here is a large project. I know it takes it's not the typical project maybe on Binance as much that you see that we're doing, and that was the intent, was to be something different. But I think I miscalculated. I probably should have put like Inu or Flocky or some bullshit at the end of my Etchi, and probably would be at $100 million market cap now. If I put a dog somewhere on the fucking logo, we would have done better so far. But that's okay. We'll get to the market cap we need to get to. We just need more eyes on the prize, as I like to say, because I think we've got a pretty cool project here. And you're just playing a little bit of the theme song just then by Raj Ramaya.
Me too. I'll play it again so we can hear
it's
it.
awesome. No, it's fucking awesome theme song. I mean,
This is the song that your musician put together, correct?
yes, that's correct. There's two versions of it. There's the Dingus mix, and there's this version, which is the Raj mix. So we have two versions.
I think I'll prefer the Dingus.
Yes,
Dingus.
you will. Yes, you will. The Dingus mix won out. We did a vote. Which mix was better? It was the Dingus mix. Absolutely.
Wow.
You're 100% correct. We have some great anime stars. Mika Kobayashi is singing on 2 tracks for us, including this Golden Palace theme, which is basically the theme of the show, right? That's the theme song of the show. She sung "Oh Holy Night," a Christmas NFT for us that we're releasing next week. She sung that in Japanese because she doesn't speak English. Raj put a Japanese arrangement on it. It sounds effing awesome. It just does. It's like It's a little weird and cool and strange, but awesome. You'll recognize the song, even though she's singing in Japanese. You'll recognize the melody. It's really awesome. I mean, fabulous NFT that we're releasing next week, and that's the partnership we have with Raj Ramaya is on the open marketplace. He's collecting about 7 artists already for us that will start putting out their music NFTs, getting their fan base over to our open marketplace and buying those NFTs. And a percentage of those, because a lot of folks are like, why do I care that they're doing that? A percentage of those fees, guys, goes to the staking wallet for NFT staking for you guys, for the
This
folks that are
Raj
holding.
character, brother. I
Yes.
gotta ask about this Raj guy. So
Yes.
Raj has been in the industry for decades with an S
Yes.
as a musician, correct?
Yes, that's
This has
correct.
been his whole life. Why?
Yes.
What did it take, and why did he take such an interest in the project?
I would say the main reason was me. I met him face to face and explained the project to him about 6 months ago, and explained what I was trying to create. And asked him if he wanted to be a partner. I didn't want to just pay the guy and say, hey, make a song for me or something. No, I wanted someone on team. Partnerships. That's what it's about. And so I knew how excuse me, how valuable he is to the project, because the anime credibility, when you say, hey, that guy did Cowboy Bebop, well, shit, what's on Netflix right now, ladies and gentlemen? Right? A really shitty version of it, but Cowboy Bebop is on live action right now. You can watch it if you want to poke your eyes out. You could, or you could watch the original, right? But I can say with a straight face, that guy gives me and my Australian anime show instant credibility, because that guy has scored just about every bloody thing you can think of. Look at his credits. It's nuts what he's been doing. He's fluent in Japanese. He lived in Japan for 20 years, right? That is an anime legend that I have on board this team. Again, you don't have to be an anime fan to at least look at his IMDb, look at his credits and go, oh shit, this guy's been doing that for how long? He has then brought to me Mika Kobayashi, who sings on Attack on Titan, one of the great animes ever made. She's a huge presence on that soundtrack. We have her singing, as I just mentioned, on my Golden Palace theme and the Christmas NFT, right? She's also on board this project and supporting the project and marketing the project for us, which is great. He's brought on the anime lead actors who are playing Lady Fuyu, who are playing Lady Akia Manto and Princess Sakumi, Kira Buckland, Morgan Berry, and Sharami Lee, huge anime actors. I've already directed them in studio for all the voiceovers for the game, for the teaser, for all this shit, right? So that's what we have going here. A very different project maybe than what you normally have show up here in your space. I'm not sure what other projects you've had recently, but does that
Well, I mean,
sound like?
we get a mix, brother. We get a mix.
Yep.
We get projects like this that are legit, have real utility, real use case, and are looking to continue their mission. And we get other projects that just get flooded out of here. I mean, it's really one or the other.
Right. No,
one
understood. But you guys can look at these IMDb's. I've got all the actors. I've got videos of them. I had some FUD from one of my mods from a foreign group who thought I was full of shit. He's like, you don't have these actors. There's no way. There's no way you have these people, right? And then I had to send him the videos of me directing them. Like, how about now? How about now? Do we have them now? Okay, yeah, we do. We have them, right? I've got them all in studio with me, recording all this dialogue. We've even got Kira Buckland doing crypto for dummies, how to buy EcchiCoin, how to buy NFTs, all that shit, right? Why not? Why not use these guys? It's
Centralized
more.
exchanges, Dingus, is that on the radar?
We are. I mean, right now we're on L Bank, right? So we're already on L Bank Exchange. My goal is KuCoin for the project, and then Binance might be out of reach. I don't want to say no to Binance, obviously. But KuCoin definitely is on the radar for us, for sure. That's one that I've been targeting for a while. But we just listed with L Bank a week or so ago now, maybe, just over a week ago. So we're up on L Bank already. Japanese Central Exchange, I thought was very key to the region of where they are as far as their biggest users. I thought was kind of good for us, obviously being an anime themed project. So yeah, we're up on one exchange. We plan on getting on a few more exchanges 100%, but right now my focus is on getting our game, the redo on the website, the open marketplace up, and the version 2 of the DApp. And then, as I said earlier, really I think what will get us propelled to where I think we should be a top 200 project is going to be KuCoin, cross-chaining, getting bigger eyes on the project, if that makes sense. So yeah, lots here to do, ton of work to do, but really the anime show is going to make it all possible in our mind, for sure.
What type of money does something like that generate?
As far as revenue for the show?
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on the deal, right? I mean, it could be a multi-million-dollar deal and then streaming on top. It could be less upfront, more for streaming. It just again depends on which outlet we get on. But I can tell you the folks that are going to be in that Phoenix tier for season 1, they're going to get some nice chunky rewards. They will definitely be rewarded for being in that tier once we get that deal done. And the nice thing is we can translate that deal into Bus D, and the Bus D is again being our pairing, which is unusual in the Binance space. I'm not sure how many Bus D pairings you've seen through here, but it is, I think, the only smart play. The only smart long-term play if you want to be on the Binance side. Doesn't make sense to be hooked to BNB at all. I think that's actually kind of idiotic. So
There's a lot I see here, Dingus. There's a lot I see here, brother. And even as not like a anime guy, I'm never going to play your game. Okay, just being straightforward with you.
Yes,
I'm never going to play your game, but I would own your NFTs if somebody else could play your game for me. Listen, there's a lot going on here, dude. You've got about 3 hours worth of AMA that you could go on about here.
I know, that's true.
Yeah, and I think what's really important is that you've got a game plan, dude. You've got a game plan, and you're rolling it out, and your holders should be just enthralled, brother. Your holders should be really, really, really happy to have you guys as the leads on this project, because by the sounds of things, from what we're hearing, you guys are moving at a great pace and moving into a really, really good direction. Now, we had another project in here that developed what was it? It was a comic, right, guys? They developed a comic book, and they had mentioned Super Whale, the comic book, right? And they had mentioned how the amount of time that it took them to turn the comic book around was nothing short of miraculous. And I think it was something like 2 months. What type of, I don't know if you mentioned this already, but if we could just reiterate the timeline here on the show, not for it to go live and be aired, but for it to be completed and packaged and ready for sale.
Yeah, it's going to be about 5 months to get the full season done from submission. Ducats paid. Here's the 10 scripts. Go. It's about a 5 months process to get the entire season done, which is why we would shoot. We want to shoot immediately the pilot, right? The first episode. It's very important that we get that in the can immediately. And then everything else will be about 5 months to get what we call the full season wrapped on the show. Animation, as you know, it's you can't it can't be done in a week. It just can't. I mean, that teaser that you saw there, that 30-second teaser, that took a couple of weeks, right?
I believe that.
Yep.
I believe that. Well, I mean, if you look at the YouTube, right? I was just on the YouTube, and bear with me, guys. It may play some audio here, but if you look on the YouTube, you can actually see one of the character creations here in this concept art fire golem, and you can see exactly how much work this is. Look at all the layers and everything that goes into just this one position of this one character. This is still 2-dimensional. It's a freaking still, brother. Look at what they have to go through to build this. This is outrageous.
Yeah, and
God bless.
and that's my lead graphic designer. Like I'm the asshole that says, "Hey, I need this. Can you do this?" Right? Everyone hates me, obviously, because I'm like, "Why can't we do this shit?" Right? And then they're like, "Oh fuck," Dingus is asking for more shit, right? God damn it! And then that's a month later. That's what happens. Did anyone put up any of our 3D? Have you put up any of our 3D modeling? I haven't seen you put any of that up yet, matey.
Yeah, I put the 3D modeling that you did of the female Akai.
Lady Kiyamanto. Yep.
Yeah,
Did you play it's like a 20-second clip? Did you play
this
that?
one.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah, you go. Yep.
Is this just that same clip from the teaser that we see? It's completely different. It's the same move though.
she's doing the same move. Like she'll throw it at camera right now. There you go. But I've got Lady Fuyu. We've got. Did you play the Griffin yet? I don't know if you saw the Griffin. You should play that. That's one of the latest ones. Yeah. Have you got the Griffin there?
I don't have the Griffin. It's not on YouTube.
Let's see. Can we put it in chat? Anyone put that up in chat? Is that possible?
I don't know if I'll be able to get it up because I don't share my Telegram on screen.
Oh, got it. Yeah.
If you have a link to it outside Telegram. But yeah, regardless, they're going to have a VC open over in their lounge. We do have to wrap it up in a second here. They are going to have a VC open in their lounge. So if you guys have more questions beyond this, I know there's the video there for those of you that want to see that. Here, let me see if I can pull this up in an incognito fashion. Yeah, if you guys do still have questions, here's that video.
Yeah, play the sound.
Yeah, can you hear it?
Yeah, we can.
I just don't get anime, brother. I just don't get it. I just don't understand.
It's okay. It's okay. A lot of folks don't get it, but what they do get is ducats, right? They understand potential marketing that we could do. The fan base, like you don't get anime, but you understand. You've been to Japan and you go, "Wow, these people are kind of nuts for this shit," right? So you have an understanding of how this potentially could do very well,
dude.
Right?
Listen, I'm gonna waste your last minute here to tell you this. When I was in Japan, the only thing I truly gave any care about in Japan was seeing skylines and S15s. Okay, that's all I really cared.
Look at you, old school. I like that.
And so here's the thing.
Hang on.
Yeah, go.
Which skyline are we talking about? Which
I went to go see 34,
R33, R32, or R34. Where are we going?
So I had to see the R34 because the R34 was the car that I never got to see growing up ever, right? So, but here's the thing, okay? When we were in the anime district, Akihabara, when we were in Akihabara, we saw like maybe 5 or 6 cars. They were the first real like street tuner Japanese cars that I had seen while I was in Japan, and they convoyed by us, and they were all animate out like a full wrap, full wide body anime, massive, just like the cars that I dreamed about as my entire childhood, but all decked out in anime. And the first place I saw the cars that I went to see was Akihabara. So yeah, the culture there is ridiculously flagrant. They love this. They love anime. Yeah.
Well, I grew up in Australia watching the R32 demolish everything. So that was the Godzilla back then. So that was always the dream car for me, for sure. So love those cars.
Yeah, and what's the famous anime cartoon? Geez, Initial D. Initial D. If you guys have never seen Initial D, it's a good entrance to me. To me, it's a good entrance into anime. If you want some good car culture and anime, make sure. But listen, Dingus, we're out of time, brother. I gotta cut this. I gotta cut this out here. But I got one last question to ask you. We ask every project that comes through the Coin Launch Lounge this question. Dingus, there's thousands of active sales, buddy. Hundreds of tokens going live every single day, and millions of places for the degenerates in this lounge to stuff their beans into. Okay, Dingus, my question to you, brother, is why should the people listening to this AMA right now put their beans in Ecchi above all other projects that they could put their beans in? in your opinion?
That's a great question. I think the totality of our project, the vision of the project, listening to two of the the leads in here in your chat today, and understanding I think what you said very succinctly earlier is the vision of the team, the vision of the project, and what we're trying to aspire to be here is a top 200 project, and that's a long-term project. That's a long hodl. That's not for the pump and dumpers. We are not really that. We are here for the folks that believe in investing and believe in staking and believe in getting rewarded over and over again. And when those nasty bears come, maybe they're coming in April, maybe they're coming a little bit later next year, we'll see. We're a busty stablecoin paired project. Your money will be safe in EcchiCoin. We won't drop off a cliff. We are going to be, tethered to Tether, right? So very different long-term hodl play here, guys. A great vision on not just a play-to-earn game, multiple play-to-earn games, which are obviously the hottest space right now. And this project has all the capability, all the potential to be another Gala Games, another Axie, or whatever you want to call it, except we have an anime TV show powering it all for marketing, right? So something very different in the space. And as I said earlier, animes don't go for one season, guys. They go on and on and on. So lots of ways here for you to make money, staking, reward drops, token going up, obviously, reflections, obviously. We're already on an exchange, and we're going to be on multiple exchanges very shortly, and cross-chaining down the road as well. So lots to unpack. But I would say come into our Telegram. We always answer questions. We're happy for questions. Look around, talk to our team over there, our mods, and check us out and let us know if you have questions. Happy to help.
Dingus, very happy to have you in here today, brother. You're welcome anytime here in the Coin Launch Lounge. Please feel free to stop by and say hi at any given time, before, after, or during an AMA. It was a pleasure having you, brother, and it's refreshing to have a project come through that has just it seems like a well-oiled machine with a good future ahead of it. And also want to tell you, Gitbook, brother, I know how expensive Gitbook is, and I know how shitty this is to set up. So hats off to you for having your white paper as a proper Gitbook.
Yes, it is. It is a pain in the ass, but we've got a lot going on, and there's a lot to describe, and it's not, we don't have a one-page website like Shiba Inu, for example, right? So we've got a lot of stuff to go over. So
yeah, but you also don't have a dog in your logo, so you're not allowed to get away.
I gotta, yeah. When we do the cross chain, I might have to put an Inu, EcchiCoin Inu or some shit. But we'll see.
No, you just deploy baby EcchiCoin that rewards an EcchiCoin, and then you rug baby EcchiCoin. That's the recipe in Binance, brother. You rug before you rug the first, you rug the second, then you go back and rug the first. Simple math.
I should have thought of that myself. Baby Etchi. Fuck.
Baby.
All right, now, yes, I'm onto it now. Thank you, matey.
Well,
hey, again, I want to thank you and your team and your listeners for tuning in, and thanks for having us in your community today, mate. We appreciate it.
Of course, and I'm not hitting this button on accident, which I normally do at this time.
When moon, when Lambo.
All right, guys, thank you so much for coming in the Coin Launch Lounge. I'm going to go ahead and end the recording. Next AMA starts in just a second.
Awesome. Thanks, mate.